and thy seed from the land of their captivity. This land today. All right, this land is what we're speaking about today. It's Babylon the Great, America. All right. Since this Independence Day is being celebrated, it was not independence to the slaves that were still shackled up at this time. And it says, this is verse 28. It says, "Fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, saith the Lord, for I am with thee. For I will make a full end of all nations, whither I have driven thee." And what nation has he driven us? He's driven us here through the North Atlantic slave trade. He's driven us through the four corners of the planet. In Europe, in Asia, different parts of Brazil, in Mexico, and the Americas, and Canada. Okay, all these different nations, we've been driven out, man. So now the Most High is giving this information back in this great truth. Okay, that's why you had these wildfires happening that are destroying large amounts of Colorado. All the tornadoes that rip through this Midwest. Those are judgments coming to pass, man. You can celebrate and kick it as much as you want, but just like when Noah was telling about the flood, about the hard times that are coming, it's just like today, man. Everybody's laughing and go lucky, man. But it's not a time of happiness. America's dollar's dropping by the minute, man. You have the economical that is dropping day by day, man. And it says, "Fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, saith the Lord, for I am with thee. For I will make a full end of all nations, whither I have driven thee, but I will not make a full end of thee, but correct thee in measure, yet will I not." Sir, I had told him. Hey, sir, I've been. Anyway, let me keep going, man. No, I was there. See? That's the Lord. That's the spirit right there. You see this man trying to tell on me, man? Look at this. We'll keep reading. And it says, "Fear not thou, O my servant, saith the Lord, for I am with thee. For I will make a full end of all nations, whither I have driven thee, but I will not make a full end of thee, but correct thee in measure, yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished." So how we were wholly not unpunished is through the slavery and through the displacements of us, man. That's how we were not gone fully unpunished, man. Okay? Because this day in independence was not for everybody, man. Because at this time there was still slavery going on, man. And it was being pushed through all of this United States, if you can say, man. This whole continent was involved in that. So that's what the Most High is saying, that we will go but not unpunished. That's why we went into that captivity that we went into. And this is through the King James Version Bible. Okay? And it says, "For thee, but I will correct thee in measure, yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished." Okay? And sir, he's actually been yelling at me for this past minute, and I told him that he was drinking, and I can't talk to him because he's drunk, he's under the influence, so I told him that we can't compensate no more, so. Let's keep going down. Let's go to Isaiah 11 and 11. That's why you can't fear, man, because you got this truth that's trying to come out any way that it can, and then things will come and involve in it, man. All right? This is Isaiah 11, verse 11. Or we'll start at 10. And it says, "And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand up for an ensign of the people. To it all Gentiles shall seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set a hand again the second time." And what was the first time? Was the land of Egypt. when the Israelites were in bondage under Egypt, under the Pharaoh and the Egyptians. Okay? Little do you know, when he said, let my people go, the Pharaoh just told him that to go out to the wilderness for 3 days. And then the Israelites didn't come back after those 3 days. So the Pharaoh, that's when he sent his army after the Israelites. So that was the first time the Most High had his hand to bring us out of Egypt. And this is the modern day Egypt, because you have a pyramid on the back of the dollar. You have Egyptian obelisks, okay? And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. And what's that people? Is the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's who the Most High is dealing with. It's the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay? And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt. And there's never an historical documented time that we went back into Egypt. So it's a metaphor. It's not speaking of the times that we were in Egypt the first time. It's talking about the second time. This day today. And it says, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And it says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, because we've been spread out through different displacements. So that's how he's saying he's going to assign the outcasts, man. Because we've been outcast through the world, man. Because the North Atlantic slave trade brought us from the interiors of Africa into the world that we have today. And America is part of it, all right? And now he's setting up that enzyme. Now he's setting up that truth, man. Because if you do your research and you learn that this truth is out, that's why the Most High has set up men to go out here and teach this truth. And it says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah, and the four corners of the earth. So it's telling you these people right here are spread out through the four corners of the planet Earth. Now, what people through slavery has been pushed through the four corners of the planet is you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. How you doing? That's who has been spread out through this planet. Through slavery, the four corners. All right? Read it again. And this is Isaiah 11, verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah, and the four corners of the earth, and envy of Ephraim. And that's pretty much it on that. So that's showing you that we've been dispersed through these four corners of this planet through different slaveries and captivities. Okay? And now in 2012, the Most High has given this truth back, and this truth is who the children of Israel are, who the children of Jacob are. Let's go to 14:3. This is Isaiah 14, verse 3. And it says, we'll go to verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, who captives they were. So these certain people that was captives are going to take the people whose captives they were. All right? But this is a future prophecy. This has not happened yet. And this is verse 3. Let's finish verse 2 out. And it says, captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass, in the day of the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrows. That's why we're sorrowful now. That's why you still have the Trayvon Martins that go on. That's why you still have the shooting in ghettos, man.